So for today's video, we have a familiar face on the channel. He's been on the channel he's been on the channel quite a few times. And I'm pretty sure this is the last song that he's gonna drop before his upcoming album comes out. And I've heard his new album comes out October 7th. So with that being said, today's video is on Jean Dawson's new song, Pirate Radio. And I gotta say, from like the snippets that I've heard on his Instagram, wow, like it sounds like very cinematic and kind of like a movie soundtrack kind of sound to it. Mainly like the instrumental portion of it. I'm just a sucker for like that cinematic movie soundtrack kind of sound, and honestly, this song really feels like it's gonna be one of those songs. And speaking of movie soundtrack sounds, or just a very cinematic sound in general, I'm gonna be recording a video on Monday for another video that should be coming out soon. And I'll talk more about that at the end of the video, but very excited for that video as well. And yeah, with that being said, I don't have too much else to say. I'm very excited for the new Jean Dawson album. You guys have already heard my thoughts on Jean Dawson in general, because I've made a few videos about him already. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed Porn Acting. I've enjoyed Three Heads, and so yeah, I just hope this is another song that I enjoyed that gets me even more excited for the new project. So yeah, I don't know what to expect, except, as I mentioned, a very cinematic movie soundtrack kind of sound. So that's all I got to say about it. With that being said, I just want to get right into the song. I don't really know what it's going to be about too much, especially with the title, Pirate Radio. I don't know what that symbolizes or if it means anything, but yeah, I'm just really excited for this song. With that being said, this is Jean Dawson's new single, Pirate Radio, for his upcoming album. Here we go.
Push my head underwater, see how long it'll hold. Way down, rinse the sins on my clothes.
Whoa, this is what I'm talking about. Those strings, I mean, I didn't hear that in the snippet, like on his Instagram, so that caught me off guard. Doom, 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 whatever that little run was with that string instrument. But I mean, I can already tell because of the snippets he did post. The sound is gonna get a lot bigger and more grander, if that makes sense. And so just this little slow start to it. I'm excited to see where it progresses and where it eventually reaches to. I don't know. I have a feeling this might be my favorite single out of all the other singles he's released in terms of Three Heads and Porn Acting. I think this might be my favorite one. This one sounds really just up my alley for sure. So, oh man. Okay, here we go.
I like to think that I'm there. I push my head.
This is like I don't watch Game of Thrones, but oh my god, this is heavy like Game of Thrones. Even I don't really watch Lord of the Rings either, but this just gives me fantasy, mythical, you know what I'm talking about? Or even those fantasy video games or those crazy sounding soundtracks. Just this instrumental alone and the strings, as I mentioned, I am really enjoying just this production in general. We're only 40. I know it's like a habit on this channel. We're only 43 seconds into the song, but it's just amazing how. I'm just gonna say one more thing. It's just amazing how just how diverse his music can get. Because if the last song, Three Heads, obviously that song had some softer tones to it and some softer moments, but obviously the main chorus in that song it hits really hard. And it does get aggressive at times, but this is just beautiful, honestly. As I mentioned, I think this is gonna be my favorite single so far. So I don't want to pause it too much more. I probably will, but let's just keep going. Oh, that little bass string coming in, whatever. Okay. This is okay. I don't know if this is anything that I've ever. I don't know if I can't even talk. When is the last time I've heard a song like this? I cannot. Oh my god! I've heard songs and I've heard music where it has crazy good strings and crazy good production like this, but I don't know if it's just how full the sound is. If that makes sense, just how full those strings sound. It's not like there's strings that are just kind of in the background and his vocals are kind of overshadowing them. No, you can hear those strings so well and they sound so good. And maybe I'm just biased because I love string instruments, but wow, this is really impressive so far. And like I mentioned, it's just gonna get better because from what I mentioned with the Instagram snippet, it just sounds like the sound is just gonna get bigger over time. So, oh man, this is nuts. Here we go. Oh my god.
In the open, no grip on the shore.
This buildup is so good. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh my god, that full sound. This is like the peak. Oh man. Oh. God, the way that just hit right there. That was perfect. Perfect. The way he just executed that was just perfect. Like, I don't know about you guys, but this is definitely, I think my favorite Jean Dawson single. Like, the singles that are supposed to promote the upcoming album, I think this is my favorite so far. This sounds... Oh, man. And I didn't even think about the title of the song. Like, this could also fit kind of like, Pirates of the Caribbean or, that there's that video game Sea of Thieves. Like, just like very, fantasy-like. And as I've always mentioned on this channel, when it comes to Jean Dawson, he is just so consistent with his music and just how, just like the level that these songs are at. Just this song alone, I can't imagine what it was like creating it and just producing it in general. Like, I feel like this song definitely took a long time to make just because of how crazy these instruments sound. And let's just see how he wraps it up. I don't know if that's his voice, but I love that sound too. Woo. Oh my god, those strings. Okay, so that's definitely one of my favorite parts about this song is that there were just so many moments where there would be a violin, probably a violin. It would just have like its own like melodic run that it would kind of do on its own, if that makes sense. And it would just like come out of nowhere and it just surprised me every single time. Okay, so that was Pirate Radio by Jean Dawson. And as you can see by my facial expressions, that was 100% my favorite single that he's released so far for this upcoming album. And like I said, maybe I'm just biased because I love that sound, but I mean, just because you try to do a certain sound or just because you try to go for that movie soundtrack, cinematic kind of sound, doesn't mean it's going to sound good. You still have to execute it, and you still have to make it work. And like I said, I haven't heard a song like that in so long. Just that gives me that kind of feeling where I'm just in a movie or I'm playing one of those video games. Like that is, wow. I'm definitely going to take a deeper look at these lyrics because I feel like I was just so focused on the strings that I really didn't pay attention too much to the lyrics. Or as I mentioned, I'm sure there's more meaning when it comes to the title of the song and even like the cover art, There's just a lot of symbolism that's going on, so definitely a song you have to listen to over and over again just to learn more about it and what it means. And yeah, like as soon as I heard the snippets on Instagram, I was excited, but I didn't think it was going to sound like that. Like there were still moments that surprised me on this song that I just didn't see coming, man. And as I mentioned, eventually towards the end, that sound that you hear in the chorus, it gets even bigger, and I don't know what he adds to it to, make it bigger. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to be listening to this song for a while. That is too good of a song to just, even if like you don't like the song, you have to appreciate how well executed it was. And I don't have too much else to say about the song other than, as the other two songs did, this song just gets me more and more excited for the new album that's coming out. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's an artist who kind of has not a similar sound, but he definitely does go for that movie soundtrack, incorporates a lot of string instruments into his music. So on Monday, Quedeca is releasing a new song titled Born Yesterday. And let me just say, he released a snippet the other day for this song, and when I saw the visuals and I saw like how aesthetically pleasing it looked, oh man, when you hear me react to that song, my blood's going to be pumping, my heart's going to be racing. Like, with that being said, it's going to do it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed the new video. And yeah, just let me know what you thought about the new song Pirate Radio. I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning into the videos, liking the videos, commenting on the videos. It always means the most to me. I love the support, so I really appreciate it. That's going to do it for me today. I hope everyone's staying safe out there and taking care of themselves. Take care.